Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Good morning and welcome to The Splash Live. Dave Scott right here on Civic Center TV, not in the studio today, but thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for being here wherever you are in the Greater West Bloomfield area. Awful good to have you here. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Our program is Splash Live, and the megacast that follows, part of 90 minutes of live and local television each and every day right here in our community. Again, 9:30 to 10, The Splash, the megacast with Tyler, kicks off this morning at 10 o'clock, and we will get you all up to date with things going on right here in our community. Super easy to watch our programs across a wide variety of platforms. We're on cable, where we've been for over 20 years in the Greater West Bloomfield area. On Comcast, you'll find us in Channel 15. AT&T subscribers, you'll find us in Channel 99. There's a menu system you've got to go into and select your favorite community. Just select on it and you'll find us. We'll also have our terrific website, civiccentertv.com, with all of our programming there. You can watch us live. You can see all of our archives. And we have a brand new program schedule right on our homepage, making it easier than ever to see what's coming up on Civic Center TV. We're streaming this morning on Facebook. We're also on YouTube. Just look up Civic Center TV. And if you're driving around the Greater West Bloomfield area, you can just tune in on the radio, 89.3 FM. Lakes FM, our own local radio station. So we have a lot coming up on the show today. We're going to check in on an amazing memorial that's here in West Bloomfield that's been revived by a couple of local citizens. We'll have the latest for you on incidents that happened earlier this week at West Bloomfield Middle School. And then Rotary has been doing some amazing work along with the West Bloomfield schools. A couple of great community projects to report on this morning. And we check it in Keego Harbor with Kirsten Sonneville-Douglass from Parks and Rec, and they have their big block party kicking off, and it's going on today in Keego. More on that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Before we get going, let's take a look at the weather in the Greater West Bloomfield area, and really it is improving. Hasn't been too good the last couple of days, but the rain has stopped. Maybe a little cloudy where you are right now, but it's going to be improving. We'll see today 72 degrees will be our high with partly cloudy skies, and then it just gets better as we get into the weekend, warming up really nice on Saturday. And look at the temperatures that we have on Sunday on your screen. If you're on the radio, you can't see it. 83 degrees will be our high on Sunday. So thank you very much for joining us out at the West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce First Annual Health and Wellness Fair. And it's going to be going on. Of course, it was going on earlier. Calvin, I'm hearing you in my ear. It's really loud right now. So if you can do something about that, I'd appreciate it. But the Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair happened earlier at the West Bloomfield Township Hall this week. We were there. We've got the archive available for you on Civic Center TV. You can go in and watch it. Just a great nod and a big nod to Suzanne Levine of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber and everybody else involved in that event. It was great to see so many of you out there. And again, over 40 exhibitors, hundreds of people showed up. And if you want to see our coverage, complete coverage, you can watch it. It's available on demand on Civic Center TV. West Bloomfield Police Department have an investigation into who called in a bomb threat on 2 consecutive days at the West Bloomfield Middle School earlier this week. According to district officials, school received a call from a spoofed phone number and stating that there was a bomb in the building and a student with a weapon at the school. Nothing was ever found by police. Police say these anonymous calls can be very difficult to track. They're getting help with their investigation, though, from other law enforcement agencies. And police also indicate they have been successful in the past in apprehending and at least following up with people that are pulling these. Now, these days, really during any era, calling it a bomb threat to a school is a terrible thing to do, and I understand some kids might do that, especially when we get to the end of the school year. It was a bad idea back in the 1970s when I was in middle school. It's a terrible idea today. And you got to believe that the police department will follow up on this, and we will check in with them next week and see exactly what's going on. Walnut Lake Peace Memorial. We talked about that earlier in the week. A couple of guys here in our community, Bert Green and Steve Kay, saw this memorial buried in weeds and just hadn't been kept up to date. They went out and fixed it. Now, the memorial was built back in 1972 by what was then a group called the Walnut Lake Women's Club. And they built this memorial, but it hadn't been maintained. So Bert and Steve went out and maintained it. We talked to Bert earlier this week. It's on the property of the old elementary, the old Walnut Lake Elementary, which that property has been purchased recently by the Chaldean Community. And they're getting ready to build a big, beautiful new Chaldean Community Center. So with all that going on, and these guys doing a good job to find this memorial, get a flag back up on it, get it all cleaned up, there were some conversations to what the future would look like. Well, I did get a letter from Bert Green yesterday, and here's what he told me. He said, Dave, great news, just in time, the memorial is saved. Steve and myself have been working with the wonderful people at the Chaldean Community Foundation in West Bloomfield, and they have agreed, and the architect who's working on their new project confirms that the Walnut Lake Women's Club Memorial will stay intact right where it is forever. So that's great news. We are going to get back out there. Kudos to the fine people in the Chaldean Community Center and everyone associated with their organization for recognizing this. It was a surprise to them, but nice job that they have decided to continue to include that memorial on that property. We look forward to getting out there and start talking about nice jobs. How about the beautiful job Bert Green and Steve Kay have done to maintain this property. They say they're going to get out there, plant some flowers, clean it all up, and get it power washed and all of that. So more on that story. We'll keep an eye on it, and certainly we do want to do everything we can to recognize the contribution of our folks that have served us overseas in the military. So good job, everybody involved in that project. So it's going to be a big weekend right here in our area. In Keego, the block parties kick off. We're going to check in with Keego Harbor Parks and Recreation and to talk to Kirsten Sonneville-Douglass when we return. Good morning, I'm Dave Scott. You're watching The Splash Live, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Like what you see? Beautiful works of art, masterworks of metal, and accomplishments of artistry will be on display near you. All kinds of artists from all walks of life come together to celebrate their skill and appreciate their work's beauty. Hot Works presents the 2023 Orchard Lake Fine Art Show. Stop by July 29th and 30th between 2 and 10 p.m. between Powers and Daly off of Orchard Lake Road. Watch Civic Center TV with our brand new live captions. To turn on live captions, go to civiccentertv.com and click Watch Live. In your web browser, click on the Options tab in the top right and find the Accessibilities tab. Then just switch on live captions to heighten your enjoyment of our local programming. Thank you so much for watching Civic Center TV.
1 in 4 Michigan homes has high levels of radon, a naturally occurring radioactive gas known to cause lung cancer. It doesn't matter where you live or what type of home you have. You won't even know it's there unless you test. So don't wait. Testing is cheap and easy, and if there's a problem, it's simple to fix. Visit michigan.gov/radon to learn more.
We took action. Will you?
And now, back to The Splash, live.
Good morning and welcome back to The Splash Live. Dave Scott right here on Civic Center TV, part of our 90 minutes local live television each and every day. Hey, it's a big day in our area. You know summer is back when the Keego Harbor Block Party kicks off, and that's what's happening today. Joining us now, Kirsten Sonneville-Douglass. She is with the Keego Harbor Parks and Recreation Department. Kristen. Good morning and welcome to the Splash Live.
Good morning, David. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you very much for being here. So tell us about all the big doings. You can't drive around the Keego Sylvan area right now without seeing all those little green signs that says Block Party going on today. So tell us about all the fun that's going to happen later on today.
Well, I'm excited because that means our marketing ideas are working. You're seeing it, which is good. So yay for that.
It's working great.
Good. So the third Friday of June, July, and August, we have the Keego Harbor Block Party. So we have live music in Rose Sorter Park, which is right behind our city hall. We'll have a food truck, games, and then art sale. Our local artisans and crafters are there to offer their offerings.
Well, isn't it great that we're all getting back together again? The post-COVID era is here. We can do these things together. And, you know, there's something wonderful about Keego and Sylvan and Orchard Lake specifically, smaller communities in our service area. It seems like everybody knows each other, and a community-wide block party is an opportunity where neighbors and friends who maybe haven't seen each other for a while get a chance to get face-to-face, have a little bit of fun.
It's great. Bring your lawn chair, hang out, listen to some live music, play some games, visit with our neighbors and our friends. It's a wonderful time to get outside, and we're going to have beautiful weather today. So I'm very excited about that.
So you're going to be doing this all summer. You said, is it the second or third Friday of the month in June, July, and August? Is that correct?
That's correct. The third Friday. And it's going to be something that we set it for a specific date so that moving forward, our communities know that the third Friday of June, July, and August will always be the block party. So we've got today's event, then we've got July 21st, where we'll have the Pulse, and the food truck will be the New Delhi food truck. And then August 18th, we've got Bugs Beto and the Good Stuff, and the food truck will be Tom's Good Food Grill.
All right, so you got some great music, you've got some food, you got people getting together. It sounds like an awful lot of fun and a great opportunity for us to enjoy each other's company. Winding back a little bit of a quick rewind, great job to you and everybody else in the community on our tremendously successful Memorial Day Parade. You can watch it on CivicCenterTV.com. The archive is up there. But that was a lot of fun getting together for that event as well, and a great job on the parade this year.
Thank you, and always thank you to you and your staff for supporting us. We had a great time. Again, beautiful weather. We had more people this year at the parade, and so it just gets bigger and better every year, and I'm excited about it.
Okay, any other secrets or little coming gems, Kristen, in Keego Harbor that we don't know about, or anything else you want to mention on behalf of Parks and Recreation, things going on in the Keego area?
We've got our community garden that kicked off last year, and so we've got opportunities for people to have plots. We're doing our beautification awards, so we're identifying people that have done some home improvements or some new yard work or landscaping, so we'll be awarding those. And then just tonight, we're so excited to have Taylor Tuckey. We want to thank Jet's Pizza of Keego Harbor for sponsoring our live music. They're great sponsors for all of our programs, so we want to thank them. And then we have the Fry Guy coming tonight, too.
Okay, it's going to be a lot of fun. Let me make a wild guess. Just stretching here just a little bit. Do you think I can assume that a band called Taylor Tuckey might be playing some country music?
You think? Yeah, for sure.
Okay, it's going to be a lot of fun. Keego Harbor tonight, and kicks off around 5 o'clock or so and continues off into the evening?
5:30 to 8:30.
Okay, very good. Kristen, thank you very much. Kirsten Sonneville-Douglass from the Keego Harbor Parks and Recreation Department. Thank you very much. Thanks for the good work in the community, and thank you very much for taking a moment to join us this morning on the Splash Live. Good to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. Big news and some great efforts going on with the West Bloomfield Rotary, and an amazing program I want to share with you that's going on at the West Bloomfield schools that's having tremendous impact. We're going to take a break. We'll talk about those two stories next. Good morning. I'm Dave Scott. You're watching Splash Live, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
Looking for a midweek meal? Keep the bag lunch at home this summer and enjoy street food in your neighborhood with Food Truck Tuesdays. Enjoy cuisine from around Michigan outside the WB Parks and Recreation Activity Center with a different vendor every Tuesday, like the Potato Bar on June 27th. All summer, every Tuesday, Food Truck Tuesday. This community update from Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Watch Civic Center TV with our brand new live captions. To turn on live captions, go to civiccentertv.com and click Watch Live. In your web browser, click on the Options tab in the top right and find the Accessibilities tab. Then just switch on live captions to heighten your enjoyment of our local programming. Thank you so much for watching Civic Center TV. And now, back to the Splash, live.
Splash Live, Dave Scott, certainly not in our studios today, but awful good to be with you. Amazing things going on all across our community. Really hard work going on and people making a difference, and that couldn't be more true than it is, with a program called Project Search. And Project Search is a school-to-work transition program that provides employment and other opportunities, educational opportunities, more for individuals with cognitive and physical disabilities. Project Search model focuses on providing opportunities for individuals with disabilities to gain marketable and transferable skills. It gets them in the workforce, and that is absolutely incredible. Here are some photos of 5 outstanding individuals who have completed their program out at Henry Ford Hospital. Their internship is over, and they'll be working in the community. If not already, they will be working in the community soon. I was on Facebook today, and I found an unbelievably informative video that tells this whole story a lot better than I could. So let's check it out, get the latest on Project Search.
Work is so important to all of us. When we meet somebody, first thing you ask them is, what do you do? Meaning, where do you work?
Good morning, Charlie.
Good morning.
These two here are perfect.
Anything else?
That looks good.
All right.
We bring in talent to our organization because of Project Search. Employers want loyal, good, positive employees. You take a look at statistics around the benefits of people with disabilities, they're immense.
They come here with great attitudes, willingness to work, they want to work. Why wouldn't we tap into this market? Why wouldn't anybody?
Project Search is geared to students that are 18 to 26, so in their last part of their high school career, and they're ready to tackle transition goals. So their goals from school to work into the community. Most Project Search classes are somewhere from 8 to 10 students. They have a full-time instructor and what we call a skills trainer or a job coach that's working with them, so at least 2 staff that are all immersed at the host business. They're doing 3 10-week internships. They're interning in that business to learn the entry-level skills needed to work in that industry sector, and not just the work skills, but all the social skills that go along with succeeding in a workplace.
The greatest thing is the whole concept of full immersion in the workplace. It expands your curriculum a million times. We can teach so much more in this setting than I could ever teach in a classroom.
Project Search, that's one of their outcomes, is to have marketable and transferable skills. So what they're learning here are not just made-up jobs. These are real jobs that are being done.
We've had students who are still working in their original job, and these are jobs that have high turnover. And to have a student still working in an original job that traditionally has high turnover just saves that business so much money in training and just advertising for new positions.
They start off like, oh no, I don't want to do this, I don't want to go to work, I don't want to be an adult, and now, like, third rotation, are all like, can you please leave, Charmaine? I'm pretty independent now.
They learn to work, they learn to fit in, they transform your department because all of a sudden you're doing stuff that you're like, oh wow, that was a big help. Now I can go do this other thing that I haven't been able to get to. It's a big commitment for an organization to take on the interns because we're going to interface with 8 or 10 or more departments. They're hiring as full-time staff member, maybe 2. They're recruiting students, they're working with families, providing either transportation or helping to travel train young people. So it's a commitment on all of the partners, but it works.
The instructors obviously all year long are doing a lot of work with the interns and not just working with them on employment-related curriculum, but also independent living. So how do we make sure that the students are employed and successful, but that they're going to maintain those jobs because they're living healthy lives?
It's the opportunity, it's the connections, it's the outreach piece, and it's the priceless piece, you know, that really is the grab. There's people out there waiting to hear this. They just don't necessarily know about it. They don't know how it fits in with the norm, and that's what we can do is make that happen, and their excitement is pretty awesome.
These folks need just a little bit of help and a little bit of experience in the professional workplace. And as many partners as we can get on board to be a part of that, the better off the community will be as a whole.
We want people with disabilities to experience quality in their work life so that they can experience quality in their community life. That's what we want.
Amazing Project Search. And that video comes from the West Bloomfield School District's website, obviously produced by the fine people of Project Search. Kudos to everyone in our local school district and people, as you can see from the video, all across the state having a great impact. When you think about West Bloomfield Rotary, you know that they're always up to doing good things to helping our community. I got a great story after we take this short break about a project they were involved in last weekend, and we have an unbelievable video that was produced by one of the members of Rotary. We'll show that and tell you the story when we return. Good morning, I'm Dave Scott, and you're watching The Splash Live.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live.
I'm Steve Eiserman of the Detroit Red Wings, and I think every child in Michigan deserves a safe, healthy, and happy childhood. Can we build a state where Children Trust Michigan isn't just a name, but something our kids believe? Please support Children Trust Michigan as the voice for children and families by visiting the website to learn more.
And now, back to The Splash Live.
Good morning and welcome back to The Splash Live. Dave Scott here with a great story. Last weekend, West Bloomfield Rotary Club made an incredible impact in our community by completing a project out of the West Bloomfield High School Laker Nature Preserve. One member from Rotary, Sally Wenzel, led the charge for this project. Now, Sally, very involved in our community. She is a Parks and Recreation Commissioner here in West Bloomfield. She's on the Environmental Board in West Bloomfield now with a new appointment. But she and a lot of other people at Rotary were out working really hard last weekend. And then also honored to have some visitors from out of town from Rotary coming in town were Valerie Wafer, past Rotary International Vice President, and her husband, Mark, who joined with all kinds of enthusiasm and creativity and teamwork, and they got out and made a big difference working on this project. Now, we have video. We only have video because Jen James, another Rotary member, put this amazing video together. I think she's even playing ukulele on the background track on this. So, Jen, great job with the video. Let's find out what happened this past weekend, and let's watch together.
In about 2019, Jennifer Tynan, the English teacher here that runs the literary garden, she took me on a little walk back through the nature preserve that I didn't even know existed. Oh, there's a nature preserve here. After I joined Rotary, because Rotary was looking for environmental people, it was completely overgrown and poison ivy and just really no trail anymore, and it just hadn't been maintained for years.
Okay, my name is Bala Murthy and they call me the district governor around here, Southeast Michigan and Southwestern Ontario in Canada. Valerie Wafer and her husband Mark Wafer, who are DGND Wendy.
Hi, Wendy Jones from Anchor Bay.
This is an incredible project. So this day of service, and there's 3 projects going on this weekend or today. And so we have this great honor to be developing this path system in these beautiful woods for the students of this high school. And they've even made an outdoor learning center where they can have classes outdoors. We have help of all ages, and the students are here with us today as well.
We have wheelbarrows and wheelbarrows of mulch that the kids and the adults and everyone's paving the path here.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue.
All the water that we're using today is actually coming from the river that we have right here, the Rouge River. So we're filling up different bases and water jugs and all sorts of different things to be able to still continue to use that environmental sense of use what we have instead of bringing in new. And I just think that is super rad.
Comes in a brick, and it's pre-mixed in a hard block, and you just take your little clumps and it's like Play-Doh. You put your native wildflower seeds, they have to be native, and you make little balls and they dry overnight, and then there's your bomb.
Really incredible. Great video, great story. Jen James, video, the background music. I assume that's you singing as well. Oh my goodness. See, this is why we really appreciate you contributing your stories and your video to Civic Center TV. That's it for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a fantastic weekend. The weather's going to be great. Hopefully you'll get out to Keego tonight and get to the big block party and have a lot of fun. Whatever you're doing this weekend, enjoy all that we have here in our community, and we'll see you bright and early right back here Monday morning with the Splash Live. I'm Dave Scott for the whole crew. Calvin, you did a great job today. Whole crew, thank you very much. We'll see you bright and early Monday on Splash.